Hey, call me Shape, and today I'm reacting to a video of a lesbian holding women accountable. Let's get right into it.
I find that women are very, very narcissistic, and they do not realize it. I think women lack a lot of self-awareness, and how I've taken my message, because I've got a little comedic edge, I find a way to show women themselves in a way that not many people can get women to admit that they are wrong. I have a way of getting women to admit, damn, I'm a terrible person, right? I've gotten women to see how terrible they are as friends, as relationship partners. Women are terrible relationship partners, right? But, you know, for me, it's about the truth. This is not me taking sides, because I believe that the world is in shambles. I believe that the communities are jacked up. I believe that, and all of this has to do with human behavior and how the sexes relate to each other and how the sexes relate to the planet. So it's not all on men. Men have their things that's wrong with them.
For sure.
I spoke about that.
But the question I was going to say is that with men, right, I feel like as a man, we're held accountable at almost every turn, right? Your mama holds you accountable. Your friends hold you accountable. Everybody kind of holds you accountable. Do you see the same type of path for women?
No. No.
So
I think women are allowed to be, they're allowed to be delusional. They're allowed to not be disciplined. See, give you an example. If a boy child is crying and a girl child is crying, if he fell and she fell, they're gonna look at him and be like, boys don't cry, this, that, and the other one. And they'll just look at her, that's what girls do, they're just emotional. Let them cry, let them do this. Well, that's bad, because as girls grow older, they never know how to control and govern their emotions. They're allowed to allow any emotion, anger, frustration, sadness, depression, no matter what, they're allowed to express it however they want to express it. I've also come to the conclusion that, well, let me back up, because everybody knows that I date women.
Right.
And when it comes to me speaking about relationship dynamics, a lot of the rebuttals always say, well, lesbian relationships have so much more violence. They only say that because they're thinking about a relationship where a man might be putting his hands on a woman. They're not including the other side of the equation, where women are putting their hands on men and men are not calling the cops.
True, yeah.
Women are very violent. A woman will put her hands on a man. She will hit him, spit in his face, call him all kinds of names, and everything is totally fine. Women are allowed to do this, and nobody should say anything about it. Now, these women they will be in these relationships and they will hit a man, and they will take that same behavior and they'll take it to a lesbian relationship. See, it's the same person, same behavior. Right? But it's looked at as different because the man is stronger and he's expected to hold himself. But a lot of times in a lot of these relationships, women are extremely narcissistic and violent. And this is what I have discovered as I continue to work with women. And so what I realize is that women actually want men to be slaves. They actually want men to be their personal slaves.
I'm gonna stop it right there. That is an excellent point. I've always thought this, and shout out to Princella. She seems like a great content creator, but she's finally getting to see what men have always talked about. I always thought to myself, like, you know, it's so interesting. We tell men that we got to go on these first dates and we got to wine and dine a girl, and it's all for their express pleasure. But what do women do for our pleasure? Nothing. We have to wait to get something in return. You might have to wait 3 months, 3 dates, whatever it is. But the woman, she gets everything she wants up front. She gets the attention. She gets the time. She gets us spending our money. Why are we doing this for? It seems as if we're on a job interview for their job, but they're not hiring because they're not going to pay us. We're hiring. So, again, I understand that this dating dynamics is all confused now because of feminism, but we have to understand that this is a two-way street. And I'm not here to serve you. Adam wasn't placed on this earth to serve Eve. If anything, Eve was placed on this earth to serve God, to serve Adam. I almost called Adam God, but Eve was placed on this earth to serve Adam. And I know a lot of women don't like that, but they don't read. They don't read the Bible. This is clearly the word of God. Eve is Adam's helpmate, not the other way around.
It preached that men were slaves in our first interview.
Yes, they are. They are slaves, but who are they slaves to? They're slaves to corporations, right? They're slaves to the military. They're slaves in everything that they do. Their whole purpose was for them to work for somebody. And that's what you see. The man then is a slave to his sex drive. And by a man being a slave to his sex drive, he turns around and becomes a slave to a woman who expects him to be a slave to his sex drive and her. So she uses that as a manipulation tool to try to get that man to do whatever she wants him to do. Well, here's the problem. Women don't live in reality. A lot of women are very, very, very delusional. And so they have these ideas about men in their head, what they want these men to be. It's like they got a movie and they have a cast and there's a role for this knight in shining armor that's going to sweep her off her feet and worship her and only her for eternity. His eyes see nobody else but her. His phallus sees nobody else but her. And so she wants that man. She finds a man that she likes. She creates this picture. She's driven by sex, and she wants to trap that man to worship her for eternity. And if he does not play to every single thing that she has in her mind, she wants to blow up the world. She wants to set off a detonator to destroy everything around her if things don't go exactly her way.
Worshipping a woman is concerning. But you know what's even more concerning? Not having health insurance. And that's why today's video is sponsored by Ismail Stonewall. Take it from here, Ish.
Yeah, so thanks, Shape. So as we know, a lot of people are looking for health insurance right now. It's open enrollment. I offer free consultations to my clients. We work with small businesses, families, and individuals to find their best health insurance options. Now, we work with all major carriers, Aetna, Blue Cross, Cigna, and United, on their public and private networks. Typically, we save our clients about 20% on their premiums, and we get them PPO networks, which means nationwide coverage. So if anyone listening here could benefit from a consultation, maybe save some money on your insurance or find something better, hit me up, give me a call, give me a text, schedule with me, and I'll see if I can help you out. Let's go.
Yeah, so if you need health insurance or you're looking to reduce your premiums, give my buddy Ismail a call and let him know Shape sent you.
And so what I come to realize is that a lot of men are struggling, trying to placate to the delusions of women. Not only are they struggling trying to placate to the delusions of women, they are still struggling trying to control just their own biological urges and their neurological messages that are going. There's a lot of things that are going on with men, right? And because women ultimately don't care. Women don't care. Women say they like men. Women say they want men. But I've come to discover that women don't like men. And the only reason that they're dealing with men is because they have this addiction to sex and power.
Whoa. This girl is, you guys hear this? Women have an addiction to sex and power. I love it. I could really relate to the power part. And I think it's so interesting. Women want you to be masculine, but they also want to control you. This is why beta males get laid. They get laid because they give women that power. And they love it. But women secretly resent them for it. Right? And I met a girl. I was talking to a girl. We talked for like literally a month. We didn't, we didn't get past a month because I didn't let her control me. So she would explode on me because I wouldn't let her control me. But I remember she told me before that she was in a relationship with a guy for 8 months, and he used to abuse her, put hands on her, and all types of stuff. And I thought to myself, I'm like, it's kind of funny because you couldn't last a month in a relationship with me, but you lasted 8 months with a person that you said used to abuse you, right? And you think I'm the problem. You don't think you're the problem. You think I'm the problem. And I think she wants to control me because she feels safer if she controls me than if I control her, because she's trying to make up for what happened in her last relationship. She's trying to treat me the way she should have treated her last relationship. And that doesn't work. You can't bring your trauma here, okay? Women want control, but they're not concerned about what we want. What about what I want? Okay, you want to be in control so you can feel safe, you can feel comfortable. What about what I want? Because my life, and this is why I think women think we're slaves, my life is not to give you what you want. That's not my life. I didn't become a successful man so I could just hand over all my resources to you, my time and attention, and get nothing in return. And that's why I agree with her that women want power and women feel like they're our masters. And so this is some heavy stuff, man. I think women really need to listen to this because this is what we experience. And by the way, I don't want to mention it this way, but I'm not a guy that struggles with women. I'm not a guy that has a hard time attracting the kind of woman I'm attracted to. But the issue is, even after I attract that girl, I still have to deal with this nonsense. This feminist lie that men are not worth anything. You don't need a man, and therefore you need to be in control of a man because he's stupid, he's dumb, and you know better. You don't actually know better.
Feel like they can get a man to do what they want them to do and placate to their ego. That's the only reason why they're dealing with him. But if a man starts talking, if he starts expressing himself, women will write it off as mansplaining. They'll write it off as misogyny, all of that, no matter what. So there's a lot of frustration that's going on with men because a male is a male. Everything that I said about males has not changed. That is still the same.
It hasn't changed, right? But
Right.
I do feel like men will definitely receive this version way better because now it's like you're actually saying a lot of the things that men have been saying, like the accountability piece, like I feel like because men don't want to get killed, they don't even speak on it. Like it's almost like an unwritten rule. A man will walk in and he'd be like, you know what I'm saying? But
Right.
they won't speak on it because they get killed online. They get called sassy. They get called whatever. And so you have now stepped into this role and we're sitting back like, shit, go ahead. We rooting you on now because now you have taken on the role to, like you're saying, kind of like the Kevin Samuels was quote unquote trying to get them to see what we see, but we just can't express because we get killed for it.
Well, and it's not only that y'all get killed for it, it's really because males have communication barriers. Your brains are not wired the same. You don't have the same capabilities as women. So you all's communication abilities are not nearly as strong as women. So y'all don't even really know how to convey to a woman to a way that she will really understand what you're going through. She can't see it and y'all don't know how to explain it. The thing with me is I can see both sides. See, I'm not on men's side and I'm not on women's side. I'm on the truth side. And I can see men and I can see women. And because women have the womb and women are the mothers and they are the first teacher of the child. The fact of the matter is that the majority of the weight does lie on women. Women just don't realize it because women think that they're the same as men. Now men know because you all don't have the power that women have. And so it comes to a place where people are blinded by their privilege. Privileged people don't know that they have privileges. So the people who don't have the power that other people have, they can feel the effects. They know the differences. So women are completely blinded by the privileges they have. They're completely blinded by the power they have. And the issue comes down to women truly believe, males and females actually think alike, but in different ways. So I'll give it to you like this. So I majored in cell and molecular biology, and one of my classes was physics. And we went over Newton's laws of motion. And we all know that the third law of motion is, for every reaction, there's an opposite equal reaction, right?
Right.
So the way my physics teacher broke it down, he actually made it a little bit more detailed. And he said, if body A imposes a force on body B imposes a force on body A that is equal in magnitude but opposite in direction. So in other words, when two things clash, hit head on, the force is equal, it's the same, and it moves backwards in the opposite direction at the same magnitude. So if it travels 10 feet to the left, it's also going to travel 10 feet to the right. So what's happening with men and women are just like these vehicles. They're clashing. They're doing the exact same things to each other, and they don't realize it. Both the male and female, they approach relationships with a slave and slave owner mentality. So women actually believe that men were created to serve them. Women believe that men were put on this planet to serve and worship them and work for them. Women believe that a man is to go to work and work his fingers to the bone until he dies so that she can have a soft life and just ride easy.
And let me ask the woman this question. Why in the world will we be put on this earth to do that? Oh, let me get it. So you could be happy. This is how narcissistic women are, so they could be happy. We got to take them on dates. We got to marry them. We got to give them children. We got to do all these things so they could be happy. But what about our happiness? This is why it's narcissistic, because it's like, you're not even concerned about our lives. You're not even concerned about our issues. And I'm not saying all women. I'm just trying to say there's a trend of this type of behavior amongst women towards men, where it's me. I get everything. And they're like, it's like main character syndrome, where you believe that nothing matters in the world but you, what you think, and everyone else got to get out the way, bend over, jump over backwards just for you. This is why when you ask a woman, what do you bring to the table? They'll be like, I am the table. Meaning that you need to bring your stuff on and rest it on here, and I'll collect. That's why they say that. Because they want to offer nothing. They want everything, but they want to offer nothing. And so it's kind of funny to me that women think that they could get nothing for something. That they just offer nothing, and we should give them a $20,000 ring, $80,000 car, $500,000 house, and what do we get? Used punani. We get used punani. $600,000 just to get a girl who's been running and sleeping around with men for less for free, but you gotta come out of pocket because this is what's gonna make her happy. So then when you ask the girl, hey man, you think you could cook, you think you clean? Oh, you think I'm a slave? You think I'm a slave? What about me? You want me to give you $600,000 for use for JJ? What about me? Am I not the slave? I got to work hard and provide for you. I got to take you on first dates. I tell this story a million times. All my subscribers that watch my videos, they know it. I dated a girl and I spent $800 on her the first month we dated. $800. What did I get? Used punani. And she held off on that until like the third or fourth date. Now, I have no problem with girls holding on. You have to understand the experience of men, and they don't. This young lady, she understands the experience of men now because she's dating women. She realized that women want you to jump through hula hoops of fire just to have them. What do you get? Them. They're so special. You get them. They want you to be simps. They want you to obsess over them, worship them. I don't worship for JJ. I don't worship punani. I don't worship booty. I'd rather have the money. That's why right now, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Like, I don't know what y'all doing, but I decided that I'm not even going after women like that anymore. I'm really focused on this YouTube-ish, which, by the way, this is my purpose. Whatever your purpose is, you need to focus on that. Like, it's okay. Don't have no FOMO. Don't have no fear that there's something going on, a party going on, and you're going to miss, and there's some great people there. I had that fear, and I went out yesterday. I went out on Friday. And what did I see? A bunch of girls, me mugging at the bar, don't look like they want to be approached or talked to, but they expect me to, oh, hey, can I buy you a drink? Approach you. You don't even look approachable. You look mad and angry at the bar with your girlfriend. Y'all just looking mean and wonder why no one talking to you, and then you leave. That we should work hard in the world for that. We should put all of our effort and all of our time and attention for that. That's what women believe. Because they're not thinking about what we get in return. It's a one-way street. You do this for me, I do nothing for you. And so I'm going to put the link in the description for this video. I think it's a great video. And by the way, it's like an hour and 46 minutes long here. I'm not going to react to the whole thing now. Maybe I'll do a part 2 to it. But the problem is like, it's going to take a woman to say this. Like, I think she's going to be more impactful if she keeps going along with her message than Kevin Samuels, because you know what people can't say about her? They can't say that she's misogynist because she's a woman. So she's going to get the same kind of pass that women get because she's a woman. We don't get that pass. Kevin didn't get that pass. And maybe she'll be able to speak to the woman mind a little bit better. And for me, this was very enlightening. Like, I'm agreeing with this a lot. You know, I do feel like that. Like, women feel like I'm a slave. I'm a catch. I feel like I'm the prize. But how am I the prize if you want me to give you all this money and resources for what little BS you're bringing along? And let me tell you something. Looks, dime a dozen. There's a lot of beautiful women. Not just in your state, not just in your town, not just in your country. Everywhere across the world. Everywhere you go, every inch of the world, you're going to find beautiful women. So beauty's a dime a dozen. You can't even brag about that, girl. What are you going to bring? I want a girl that has something up here, that thinks. Because you see what the way she thinks? I want a girl that can think like that, understand that. You know what? What's the male struggle? Because we got to think about the female struggle. The female struggle is what? They need resources. They need protection. Right? They're worried about someone that's trying to hit it and quit it. So we, as men, we say, okay, we're gonna show you that we're not thirsty for it. We gotta make all these adjustments for you. But when are women gonna make adjustments for us? Seriously, when are women gonna say, you know what? I usually require 3 dates before intimacy, but now I'm gonna require 1. I'm gonna require 2. Not because you're easy, but because you realize that this is expensive. Or why don't you say, you know what, until we actually are intimate, we'll go 50-50 on dates. Oh no, but I don't do 50-50. It's all about what you don't do. What about what I don't do? That's why, men, if we get successful, get our status up, we don't gotta take none of this. You know, all those successful dudes, Chris Browns, the Drakes, the Trey Songz, well, maybe not Trey Songz, people hating on Trey Songz right now, but any desirable guy in the public, let's say Zac Efron for the white girls, they don't chase women. Women chase them. And they get the top-notch girls as far as looks, and those girls cooperate. They get the ruby roses. Those girls cooperate because they got the bag, they got the resources. So as men, we really got to just go out there and get ours. And listen, not everybody's going to be a millionaire. I get it. And you don't have to be a millionaire. But you could stack your money, save your money. I know dudes who are regular dudes just like me and you, but they got 50 grand saved. So you can save your money, stack your money, invest, start a business, right? And it's not like you got to be poor. You don't have to be poor. You could get your life together where you got options. You can live in the neighborhood you want to live in. You could drive the car you want to drive. Because what else are you going to do for it? You could speak. I told you, spend $800 on 1 month dating a girl. Imagine how much that adds up to. You know, I guarantee over my lifetime I spent $60,000, $70,000 on women. I don't know. Add it up. Right? For what? Because they're trying to use our sex drive against us. But your sex drive is that same drive that you use for motivation to achieve great goals. And I think that's what we need to do. We need to transmute that sexual drive energy, right? That sex drive energy into our own progress and success. Into us in the gym, into us in our businesses, into us in our health, in us in our knowledge, and get ahead. Because this ain't going to work no more. So for me, I'm telling you right now, like, I'm just so burnt out of dating. I really am. Like, it's not because the girls are unattractive. I know some people have that kind of issue. They're just dating a bunch of fat chicks. I get it. My issue is I'm dating girls that are beautiful on the outside, but they got stones in their head. And I can't deal with that. Anyway, like this video, subscribe to the channel. Channel's blowing up. I appreciate you guys. If you want me to do a part 2, comment part 2 down below. And check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you over there.